That book, What Network for Dummies?
Oh, there's an idea.
You know what, I do want to close things, but what I want to do here, because we're doing real well on time, right?
Good.
Great. I want to bring Doug up here just for a moment, just to kind of share with our guys here a little bit, and then I'm going to close it out a little bit. Okay, so Doug, why don't you come up here for a second?
All right, Doug.
No real great introduction needed, because he's the guy, right? He is the guy.
He's your guy.
Yeah, he's my guy.
Man.
I feel bad for him.
But, you know, it's kind of funny because my wife will always say, didn't you guys just spend the whole day together? Because we'll go out and do things, and right? I go, oh, I just don't get it, hon. Just part of the deal. You know? But Doug, you know, I want you guys to know, you guys get to hear him on the calls, and some of you got to know him pretty darn good here, but you know, his commitment to the field and to the company as a whole. You know, there's a lot of CEOs out there that have that title, but might not really have the whole, you know, they say the right words maybe, but they're not. This guy's just, I mean, I remember when we used to have those software issues, right? And I was still in the closet. Okay, I wasn't out talking about CCM with them. I was just coming on, I was just kind of consulting per se, is what it is. You know, but I'd come by and he'd have up at 1 o'clock in the morning, and he'd have sheets of paper down there so we could make sure the commissions would run right. Because we had to manually do them because the software company didn't do them right. Right? I mean, just incredible, but he said it has to be postmarked on Friday, right? And you're talking about the checks that we used to write. I mean, it was just, you know, honestly, I don't know that I would have as much. I'd be going, just one day isn't going to matter. They're not going to get them until Monday anyway, you know? But that wasn't his attitude. His attitude, they had to be postmarked on Friday, period. They'd be up all night Thursday. I mean, all night. And then, boom, right there. Because I know it because I'd see him in the same clothes. Right. I'm just saying the kind of commitment that you get there. So why don't you just share with them a little bit, you know, how excited, where we're headed, and then they'll hear more tonight. Okay? Thanks. I appreciate it.
All right.
Bill's version of it is pretty good, but the last couple of years, you know, he's taught me a lot about this is a different animal than anything I've ever been involved in my entire life. So those nights where we need to get the payout done, it was because Bill's experience of what he's gone through personally and how important it was for the trust factor of brokers in the field to get paid. He shared that with us. And that was like that leadership that you would never have known. To hear the stories about, you know, I don't go out talking about a lot of other companies, but I find them inspirational to a point, and then I want to take them to another point personally, is to hear how other companies have grown. The real stories, that's all I want. I don't like the fabricated stories. I'm not that type of person. I want to know the real deal. That's why the online utility story is the way it is. Because the numbers are there. It's kind of hard, you know, to bugger up some numbers that are staring at someone's face. But Bill, you know, I just think personally, the vision calls and the direction of the company and developing a real company in this type of industry, well, you just develop passion whether you like it or not, because you're just so unsatisfied with what everyone comes to you with. It's something, baggage coming from another company that let them down. And you know, at the end of the day, that's been our focus and our drive from day one, is to be the last man standing. That's it. And you know, just to hear the stories of the companies that, as they grew, what they went through, it made me feel like, you know, we are going to make mistakes. I've made mistakes my whole life. I've made terrible mistakes that changed my whole career path. But I also look back at them, and especially now, feel a heck of a lot more comfortable to say, you know what, these mistakes were here. I had the comfort of someone who's gone through these different types of curves and still standing and has the leadership to help guide me through this kind of a journey. And you know, we laugh at the stories. Like I was on a call and I could hear, you know, Bill talking about the stories when we first started. And you know, it was amazing. I sit here and I think of when I first met Greg and Dan, and I tell the story a lot, but it's real. And I was getting involved in the energy industry that I always wondered what's going to be next for me after being a professional athlete. I had great stories, people like to hear them. What's next? It was like an identity crisis. And then energy came along, and I always liked having that unique thing. I always liked having that extra twist and that extra advantage. And the utilities and saving people money just took off for me personally. It was pride. It was pride in what I had done for a family. It was pride in helping somebody put an extra $1,000 a year away. That was pride. And it was just on a small scale. And people started asking me if they could do it too. And with that being said, it was over. I'd been approached by other network marketing companies, it was over. Thought we had something really unique. But I was also going through this journey as a rookie, talking to people. But the only thing I never said, I was never a salesman. I never classified myself as one. Like, I don't think I was good at sales. But I'll tell you what, when you represent something that comes from here, people will follow it. People want to be a part of it. I believe it's truly how you represent it. It's how you present it. And it's how you believe. And that's what I loved about I think the whole training was phenomenal. And they're right. I just stepped back and said, you guys are the masters. I'm still learning. I still love it. I still just absorb everything that's going on because look who's in this room. Look what we're doing. I mean, it's been a journey, but this whole thing from start to finish was, to get back to that original story when I heard Bill talk about it in front of my office earlier today. Yeah, I pretended to be 6 different people. I had to. My dad was here when the company was taking off. John Rakuten calls me and says, hey, if I can put 50 people into a room in the Winking Lizard in Cleveland, will you come? Well, John Rakuten was there because Greg and Dan never gave up. There was like 67 people in the company, and Greg and Dan were like, this is our company. They put a stamp on it. That's it. 67 people in the business. And they made their stamp.
Thank you.
John Rakuten believed it.
Yep.
Yeah. John Rakuten came in and saw an opportunity. And I believe with having the relationships with Bill, they were on the same levels with things like that. They know when to strike when the iron's hot, and they saw an opportunity. And we went down, and 50 people in the room, and that night, on my way home from Cleveland, my wife was with me, my phone just started getting hit. Sign up. And we put in, I think, close to 47 people that night. Well, the next morning, my parents and my wife came to the office, and they're filling out kits. We had a little conveyor belt going. And my dad had USA Today, and he brought it in, and he was talking about a woman that was an entrepreneur, started her own company, and her famous line was, fake it till you make it, then make it big. That's right. Perception's reality. So, the different voices came out. I knew I wasn't going to let anyone down. I love hearing people talk about their integrity and their reputation. It's like, oh, good, then you're with the right company. That's all. That, to me, is what I've tried to maintain my whole career. So that's a lot of fun. But now here we are, 3 years later, right? And we've got a really neat video tomorrow to show everybody. And the thing that is so exciting to me is see how far we've come. I think personality-wise, I think of Greg and Dan again for believing in me, to give me that opportunity to meet John Rakuten and meet James King, and for everybody else to be in this room, but to watch them in the video, it's unbelievable. It's all about growth, and it's been the most rewarding thing that I've ever been involved in, by far. So, we talk about the opportunities and the announcements tomorrow, but to me, it's just we're turning another page. It's going to get busier. We're ready for it. We're in
More
position
voices.
for it. All these lessons. All these lessons.
Yes.
So that's all I got. Sorry.
Right,
Thank
thank you.
All right, Doug. Thank you.